Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I'm Tracy, and I thank you so much for watching Farmhouse Cooking in the South. So, I don't know how your weather is. I always like to talk about our weather. It's a glorious, beautiful, sunny day here in the South. It's sunny, it's breezy, it's in the mid-70s, absolutely perfect weather. It is fall-ish outside and I'm loving it. So one thing I wanted to do today is treat y'all to something special we do here in the South. And that is stewed potatoes. Yes, stewed potatoes. This is not a potato soup, okay? This is not a like a winter type vegetable soup. It's just potatoes and we stew them. And traditionally with stewed potatoes we have black-eyed peas and cornbread, and that's exactly what I'm going to make today. This is a recipe from many years ago. I don't even know how long, but this has always been a Southern staple. You would have this at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. It was kind of a luxurious meal because it cooks down and gets really thick. You've still got chunks of potatoes in there, and there's just a few things you'll add in there as far as seasonings. But I'll show you that once the potatoes actually cook. So I have potatoes already. I washed the potatoes, peeled them, diced them into 1-inch cubes, and I have this one potato left. I was just going to show you how I dice it. I just cut it down the middle, and these are medium-sized potatoes. I'll cut it in half, and then I'm just going to cube it. You don't want to cut these too small because you don't want them to cook away, because we are stewing the potatoes. Putting back my water, going to do this other half. This is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to cut it 3 times. Get it in my water. Now, I don't know of you that are in the countries, other states, maybe up north. And we love potato soup down here in the South as well. Of course, we love potatoes any way we can get them. But the stewed potatoes is something special. And it is so good over cornbread. I cannot wait to try that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my potatoes cooking. Once they get fork tender, I don't want them falling apart. Once they get fork tender, I'll cut the oven down to simmer and let them simmer. Once I do that, I'll show you what else I add to them that's going to make them so delicious and thick and absolutely luxurious. So let's do that. While I'm doing that and getting the potatoes on the stove, in my last video I showed y'all a thrift haul and some sale pieces I bought for the fall. And so I videoed some of that for you so you can see how I styled it throughout my house, mostly here in the kitchen and in my living room area and then my dining room table. So I can't wait for you to see that. I hope you enjoy it. And we'll be back and show you how to make the rest of the soup. And I'll also tell you how I do my black-eyed peas. And we'll make some cornbread together as well. So we will see you after you get through watching this and we get ready for the next step on the potatoes. So we are going to go ahead and check our potatoes. You can see they're boiling really well. And we want them fork tender. We don't want them falling apart. So I'm just going to stick my fork in one. And it fell right off. So I'm going to try a bigger one. Here's a bigger one. Let's try it. Okay, so they're fork tender. I'm going to try another one just for good measure. Let's try this one. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so they're fork tender. And I have my ingredients right here. This is the rest of the ingredients that will go in. That's actually water. It's not empty. I'll mix the water with the flour so I can thicken the potatoes. Let me show you our black-eyed peas cooking. Ooh, it's steamy. Black-eyed peas are cooking. And we like our black-eyed peas thick. A little juicy is fine, but we like them thick. Those are getting really thick. Look at that. I've got bacon in there. I cut up a slice of bacon to go in those to give it some flavor. And then I added some salt. And that's it. I looked them really good. You want to get all of the, like little rocks, like you would any regular bean. Look them real good, rinse them off. It's getting steamy over here. You can see it's steaming. About another minute, and then I will show you the rest of the potato mixture. Alright, so here is our potatoes cooking. They're fork tender. And what we're going to do is add a slurry to thicken them up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cut them down. Probably just on a simmer between medium and low. And what I'm going to do is I've got 2 tablespoons of flour. It's white lily flour. I only use white lily flour. And I'm going to add a half a cup of water. And we're going to mix that in really well till everything is combined and there's no like little chunks of flour left. This is going to be like add as a thickening agent to your soup. And you don't have to add this if you want it, you know, real juicy. It's still going to be real juicy. It's just going to thicken it. Make sure you get all those lumps out of there. See, it's all those little lumps are out. And we're actually going to add this very slowly to the potatoes. And then we'll very gingerly with our spoon kind of stir it around. Not real hard because you don't want your potatoes to break all up. They're going to break up some because they're actually going to break down. So I think that's good mixed up. So we're going to go ahead and add it to our potato mixture. Like I said, very slowly. And the longer the potatoes cook down, they'll break down and it'll become a thick, stewy consistency. These are stewed potatoes, remember. This is not potato soup. Stir that around. I haven't added any seasonings yet. We'll add that in just a minute. We're just going to let that, I'm going to cut it up just a little bit more. And we're going to let that cook a little bit so it'll thicken somewhat. And once it starts thickening, you can either add more water or milk, which I'll add milk in a minute. Or you can add more water-flour mixture to make it thicker. Whatever consistency you and your family like. Because this is going to cook some more because that starchy water, that's going to be good stuff. And these will cook down even more. And you're still going to have chunks of potatoes. And while I'm thinking about it, one thing I did not mention at the beginning of the video, once you get, I used 8 regular sized potatoes. Once you get them in your pot, fill your water about 2 inches above the potatoes. Because you want to make sure you've got plenty of water in there. Because, I mean, that is a lot of these, what this stewed potato dish consists of. So I'll cut it back up just a little bit. We're going to let that simmer. That's going to be so good. So I'm going to let that simmer some more and thicken. And then once we get to that consistency, I'll show you the rest of the ingredients we're going to add that's going to make these stewed potatoes absolutely delicious. Okay, y'all. So the potato soup is thickening nicely. It's not as thick as I want it to be quite yet, but it still has a little bit more cooking to do. But I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients, the seasonings to this. But you can tell the consistency in the water. And if it's not thick enough, then we'll just add some more of the flour mixture. I don't know if I told you or not, but I used 2 tablespoons of flour when I added it to this. Half a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of flour. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of butter. And I've had it setting out to room temperature. You don't have to. I just like my butter at room temperature. I'm going to add a half a cup of milk. And I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. Now I'm going to start out, which is probably going to be enough, but I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. Excuse me, a half a tablespoon. You really want to flavor the potatoes. I did not salt the potatoes when I cooked them. So actually I think I'm going to add a tablespoon and a half. I mean, a half of a half, if that makes sense. A half a tablespoon and then half of that. Whatever that is, I'm sure somebody knows. And I'm also going to add a lot of black pepper. Now, obviously the salt and pepper is to taste. And, of course, we like a lot of black pepper down here in the South. Especially in our chicken and dumplings and potatoes and different things of that nature. But I'm not going to put quite a half a tablespoon. A little bit less than half a tablespoon. And we'll check that. About that much. We'll see how that is before we add some more. Get that stirred up. And I'm going to continue to let this simmer on low and let it cook. Let the salt and the pepper and the butter and the milk. And you can tell the color that changed when I put the milk in there. And I'm going to let this simmer on low. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and throw our cornbread together. And we'll almost be ready for dinner, y'all. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and make the cornbread while the potatoes are finished cooking. The black-eyed peas are done. And I'm also going to have ham. And I'll tell you what I do with ham. I'll buy them when they're on sale, like spiral sliced hams. And I'll cut them up, cut the slices up, and I'll probably divide it 8 slices per quart size bag, freezer bag. And I freeze them. And then that way we'll take it out for sandwiches, for breakfast, different things like that. And I'll keep the ham bone for like beans and greens. So I buy those on sale. But let's go and make the cornbread. I've made this cornbread in previous videos. You can go and watch that video if you want. I'll kind of be quick with this one. And I'm using a cast iron pan for my cornbread that I have not used in a very long time. So fingers crossed it does not stick. But I have it in the oven to come into heat at 425 degrees until I get my mixture made. So we're going to start with 2 cups of White Lily buttermilk cornmeal. And this is actually a cornmeal mix. It's white cornmeal mix. So you don't have to use any leavens or anything like that. But I'm going to use 2 cups. White Lily does not sponsor this video. I just love White Lily. My precious mother loved White Lily. And so do I. There's not any other flour or cornmeal like it, in my opinion. So 2 cups of cornmeal. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of oil. An egg. And I'm going to do a cup of buttermilk. Now, anytime you get your buttermilk out of the refrigerator, shake it up good. Because it separates and you want to make sure you shake it up real good. It's going to be something delicious. I cannot wait to put those stewed potatoes on top of this cornbread. Y'all, talk about good. So good. My husband is going to be a happy man when he sees what I'm making for dinner, for supper. What do y'all call it? Dinner or supper? When I was in Georgia, they called it dinner. And lunch was lunch and you had breakfast. Here, they call it breakfast, lunch, or breakfast, dinner, and supper. I don't know that it matters, but I still find myself struggling with that. So I'm going to add a little bit more buttermilk. I mean, you want your cornbread mixture to be thick, but you want it to be a little runny. You don't want it to be thick like biscuit mix. And you gotta splash it everywhere. Get it all over your kitchen. That smells good. Alright. So you see that? That's how I want it. And I'm going to scoop it over into my... This, I don't know technically what it's called, but it's got little cornbread triangles in it all around it. So we're going to let that cast iron skillet continue to heat a little bit, and then we'll put our cornbread mixture in there. Alright, so I've got my skillet out. This is the one that I'm going to use. It's so hard I'm not going to pick it up, but you can see. Fingers crossed that it doesn't stick, y'all. So I am just going to use my ice cream scoop to put it in here. I hadn't done these in so long, I'm not exactly sure how much to use. But we'll just kind of eyeball it. Hear that sizzle? And I may have too much mixture for this, but it's okay. I can do a second pan of cornbread if I need to. Nobody's ever going to turn down cornbread. Not my family anyway. It's not going to happen. I don't know if you can hear the sizzle. It's not real hot, so it's not sizzling really loud, but you know how you want that sizzle when you pour your cornbread into a cast iron skillet? And cast iron skillets are the best. I'm very blessed with cast iron. And I'm very blessed with a husband that knows how to clean them. Alright. So there it is. Let's get it in the oven, get it cooking. I've got it set at 425. I'm going to check it probably in about 20 to 25 minutes. And then we'll see if it's done and golden brown. Look at that goodness, y'all. So delicious. It's thickened up. All right, supper is ready, y'all. I cannot wait. It smells so good in here. Yum. So I'm going to taste it. I'm actually going to add some more black pepper to mine, as if I didn't put enough in the stewed potatoes. Like I said, we love a lot of black pepper. Something with black pepper and potatoes that go together, yum. So I got potatoes and the juices and poured it over my delicious cornbread. And I cannot wait to try this. Let it cool a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try the black-eyed peas. I'll let them cook on slow with the bacon and salt in there. And we don't like them real runny. We like them a little bit, but we like our black-eyed peas on the thick side. So, good flavor. Good, rich flavor. And I have the ham. Of course, this is the spiral ham I was telling you about. I just warmed it up is all I did. So juicy. A little bit of the stewed potato juice got on there. Oh my. Now, the star of the show. And I've even got the potatoes still cooking a little bit, because the longer they cook, the more thick the juice will become, the more flavorful they'll become. That's how my husband loves them. So I've still got those on, but they're done. They're ready to eat. So let's try this. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you, Southerners know how to do it right. My grandmother made these stewed potatoes. My mom made them. My mother-in-law made them. Slow and easy to let them cook and thicken. And I'll never forget eating those at my mama's house. Oh, she was the best cook, my precious mother. I didn't ever eat my mother-in-law's. If I did, I don't remember. But my husband said that she made them all the time growing up, and his mama did as well. So it's a Southern thing, and, you know, really, you got to try this. You really need to try this. Obviously, potato soup is delicious. Mashed potatoes, fried potatoes. We love potatoes. But you got to try these stewed potatoes. Stewed potatoes, they are the best flavor. Alright, y'all, so that's it for my video today. This was so delicious. I thank you so much for watching my channel and supporting me, giving me thumbs up. If you like this content, like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment and let me know if you've ever had stewed potatoes, if you've ever heard of stewed potatoes. I'm curious to see if my northern friends have ever heard of stewed potatoes. But let me know. And if you will, hit the subscribe button. If you've not already subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything, but it does help my channel. It helps me grow my channel. And I'm still doing that, and I'm still learning. And I appreciate every one of you that has subscribed, left me a comment. I even have people that share my videos, which is wonderful, because that also helps me grow my channel. So I thank you so much for that. And until next time, y'all, have a great day. And I hope you make this. Let me know if you do. See ya.